With Bruce passing, and then we also lost Greg Allman and Butch Trucks this year. What does that mean to the notion that Widespread Panic are the torchbearers of Southern music right now?
It's still kind of early to really tell. I don't know. All I know is that all the guys in Panic have loved Bruce for as long as I can remember. It's like I was in Bruce's band in '89 through '95, and during that time is when I got to know Widespread Panic, and they loved him unconditionally even then. And through the years, I never would have seen myself playing with them. I never would have seen this happen, foreseen it. And, but man, I mean,
it's all intertwined.
Anyone who, it's like I always say, and I'm not saying one is better than another, but there's two kinds of musicians, there's those that have played with Bruce and those that haven't, and it doesn't mean that one is better than another, and I know it's become kind of a cliche for me to say that, but that's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
And the Panic guys all get Bruce on a very deep level, and
well, I mean, most of the band was at the party. You had most of the band on stage, right?
Well, Dave and I were there, and Dwayne was there.
Wasn't John there too?
Yes, JB was there too. Yeah. Yes, of course.
Yeah, pretty much everybody there. I mean, that just shows the love right there.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, man, it's still I think yesterday was 7 weeks from the day of the event, and it's still, I keep waiting for a little bit of. I don't know. I still just keep getting struck by moments of grief and sadness that are intermingled with joy.
Yeah.
You'll be fine for a while, and then you'll be scrolling through your phone looking for a number, and you see his number, and you're like, oh my God. Or you're fine for a while, and then all of a sudden he just pops into your head, or you hear some music that he loved, because he. Then you're back reeling again. It's just a.
Oh yeah.
He always said everything's always perfect, and I remember saying to him, "Well, are you saying that if my mom is crossing the street and she gets hit by a bus, that's perfect?" And he goes, "Yep." And I was like, "What? How can you say that would be perfect? That's horrible." But no, he did say that everything's always perfect, and so.
Well, with I think last year was your 10th anniversary with Panic.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any specific moment that really sticks out for you in that decade period that you've been in the band?
It's all been a joy. I mean, man, I can't think of any specific moment. I guess if I had time to think about it, I might be able to.
Was there a moment maybe that it finally was like, all right, I'm not the new guy anymore?
Well, they're always on me, because I'll say somebody will be talking to me about Panic, and I'll go, yeah, these guys this, and they that, and they'll be like, shut up, what are you talking about, they? This is your band too.
It is your band.
And, well, they're very kind, but and you're very kind to say that. But I've always felt accepted by them. I mean, from the first day, and we've been friends since '89. So they're not new to me, and they're big fans of Bruce, and that to me, man, that makes it so much easier, because that gives us instant common ground.
Yeah. Well, and I think last year was also the 30th anniversary of Panic.
Yeah.
What is it about being in Panic, and then just the philosophy of Panic, that has made it to this day still such a juggernaut of sound and the scene itself?
I'm not sure, but they have deep integrity, and they're very open as people. And one of the things that makes them special to me is that they're all so different from one another in their musical quest, which makes a melting pot of interesting, amalgamation, me coming in, of course, I'm way more into, more technical music.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I love everything they love, It's a perfect fit for some reason, and their chemistry is undeniable, and it's just, you can't be in a band for 30 years and not have several things that make it special,
yeah.
Or you wouldn't have lasted that long. Yeah. And these guys have got, every one of them just has so much integrity, and they're just pure souls, man.
Yeah.
And they're beautiful, and they're just great people. And I just think that they realize they have something special here.
Yeah.
I know they realize that, they're a part of something in which the sum of the parts is greater than the individuals.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's what a real band is. And Panic's a real band in the true sense of the word. Man, it's so weird because it's like bands are not like just, a band is sort of I don't know, I hate to say it, but
well, it's a family of warts and all,
Yeah, it is, and it looks like it's a dying breed, kind of a lost art,
Yeah.
It's like there's still bands out there, and I don't mean to say there's not, and I commend all of them, but it just seems like today you're not seeing as many bands as back in the day.
Not on the arena level.
Mm-mm.
Definitely not on the arena level.
No, and I know things change and things are cyclical. There's going to come back, Things are going around, but there's a lot of solo artists who have people in their bands that are replaceable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Panic was one of those bands where no one was replaceable. And that's a rare and beautiful thing. The Grateful Dead was too.
Yeah.
Obviously. But and the Allman Brothers. Now, having said all of that, all three of those bands, they continued on when they lost original members.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. But those people were not replaceable. You can put, like Mikey, certainly not replaceable. Yes, George came in for a while, and then I came in for a while, and we're playing that music, but it's never going to be the same, and we know that. And they
well, it's like the chapters of life,
Yeah. Shoot, man, I listen to, every now and then I'll go back and I'll look for older material of Panics that we haven't played since I've been here. And actually, Dwayne found a few songs that I've never played or even heard by doing some research, and he sent them to me. And they're so great. Yeah. They're so great. Yeah. And this is like from, back at their beginnings. Yeah. And these songs, I'm hoping that I'm going to learn them and go to the band and go, hey, man, remember this riff? And I'll play it and see what they say. I'm hoping they're going to want to play some of them.
Well, my final question is, what is a life playing music and performing and interacting with people around the world? What does that taught you about what it means to be a human being?
Well, I've always felt like in music, I grew up in the 70s, in which racism was still pretty, in a part of North Carolina where, racism was pretty prevalent,
Yeah.
And as a musician, it would just turn my stomach, I've never, ever, as a musician, you learn to drop the race bullshit, almost instantaneously.
Yeah.
And I think that's healthy. And I think playing with people from around the world, from different cultures, totally enriches you as a human being. And I'm not just saying that as somebody from where I'm from. I think people from, India would say the same thing. They love playing with people from different cultures, and I just think that it brings us closer together as human beings. It's none of this where you're from, what color your skin is, so ridiculous of a thing to get caught up in. I mean, and that's what I love about music, is that it sees no color. It just is. It's all that stuff is just completely insignificant when it comes to playing music with people. It's like a universal language.